Hey, good morning, good afternoon. Hey, I'm over here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I'm at the killing fields here in Phnom Penh, and after this, we're going to be going to what's the prison called?
S21.
S21. So this is where that genocide happened during my lifetime in the 70s. Please bear with me, all you historian people. You're going to know your facts. Put it in the comments if you know something that maybe I've misquoted, or this is my personal experience here in Cambodia. And we're here doing this walking tour, and we're going to check it out. And I'll give you guys whatever details I can. Let's go. So yeah, guys, you can do one of those guided tours, or you can do what I'm doing, which is I get these headphones and this little device right here for $6. It's $6 to get in, and it comes with it, and you're learning more about what happened in the Pol Pot 1975, 1979 era. Again, all this is from my own personal experience, and it's pretty interesting so far, pretty fascinating what the people had to go through. When they went from the prison, they would come here to die, essentially. And it's pretty sad, you know, when you start thinking about everything that has happened here. And this is where it took place at. And this is why it's called the killing fields, is this is where they killed the people. And at one point, they're saying it averaged 18 people a day. And in the late 70s, it was, you know, it could be up to a couple hundred people a day. But for the 4 years or 5 years, you know, averaging 18 people a day is pretty incredible. Wow, so this is a pit where they had over 400 people they would throw in this pit for execution. And those who didn't die from the immediate execution, they would spread chemicals on them to finish it off. But it's right here where this took place. So you go from the covered area to the not covered area, where all these pits of hundreds and hundreds of bodies would be, you know, found, mass graves. And then when you look close, you can actually see fragments of bones. Pretty crazy. So yeah, when you come here, they come in the morning. They got these benches around here. You can sit, listen. Definitely, I encourage you to get the audio version. That way you can rewind, listen to the stories, all that stuff. And you'll see there's a bunch of people here. It's like noon right now, and it's getting kind of warm. But it's definitely what a cool experience. So here's where they found 100, more than 100 women and children, no clothes on. And more of the fields right here, in which when you look close, you could see bone. Yep, the tree where they would smash the babies and people against. And you can see there's still a lot of pain and suffering from here. Things just to show their respect to the people. It's pretty crazy that this happened not that long ago, within the past 40 years. These are just the places where they would kill people. 1 out of every 4 Cambodians was just mass murdered here, so it's pretty crazy. Bone fragments that were found in the different pits in different areas here. So those bone fragments you saw, it's a constant cleanup where every rain, new bone fragments will come up, and they just put them in that box of display until the next time, and then they refill it. So that tells you how how recent this was. But it really is a neat experience and just something that's happened in our lifetime. If you're watching this video and you're the age of 50 years old, it's happened in your lifetime. And if you're a younger person and you're watching this, you get to learn from this. And I encourage anybody who's visiting Cambodia to definitely come here. What a great experience it is just to be here and experience it as much as I could as just a person walking around. Yeah, 1975, 1979. Yeah, you guys read that correctly. That says million people. And again, all so recent. Those babies that were killed would be my age right now. And these are just many of the skulls they exhumed back in 1980. And you can see the bones, and many bones found, and below the bones you can see the shackles and the torture devices used. If you look real close, you can see the clothing that still to this day come up whenever it rains. So yeah, guys, it might seem a bit touristy to do this. You come to Cambodia, you see the old schoolhouse, the prison where they kept people until they brought them here to finish the job. But as touristy as it might sound, it's something that should never be forgotten. It's kind of like when you think of the Holocaust in the 40s, horrific things that happened, and even before then. And to imagine that this is still in my lifetime, for me personally, is so surreal. To think that I'm in Cambodia and all these million people, 25% of the people that died throughout Cambodia, I would be patronizing their shops during my trip and staying at their hotels and being with them, and they're my age and smiling and all that. It's just pretty incredible. And I think this is one of those tourist things that you should do. You come to Cambodia, Phnom Penh, $6, get the headset, listen to it all. Even if you don't know the story much, like myself, I don't know all the history or the political history behind it. Anyways, guys, we're going to go on to the next part, which is the prison, which used to be a schoolhouse where they would take people before they brought them here, had they not died yet. So let's go, the second half of the video. All right, guys, we're at Genocide Museum called S21. There's another name for Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum. We're right here downtown Phnom Penh, across from Jar Coffee and all the tuk-tuks and little restaurants and stuff like that. And yeah, let's go check it out. All right, to get the ticket to get in, it's $10, gives you the audio ticket. I encourage all of you guys, get the audio pass. You get to learn more about the history about this place. And got our ticket, and cool thing is they take American money here in Cambodia. So just bring your dollars. Let's go check out this place. Yeah, when you walk in, you see the graves of the last 14 survivors. And this campus, you're in right in the middle of Phnom Penh. And this building, which was used as a prison, but before prison was a high school. And I didn't know this, but in 1970s, so 75, they would come into the middle of the city and just start collecting random people and bring them here, almost like the death camp. They'd bring them here for torture, and not so much to kill them here, but they did, they'd start off here and then go off to the killing fields. And you got a bank of classes, and we're gonna go inside and we're gonna be able to see where they tortured the people, and you can see there's a lot of tourists here, so it's definitely a tourist thing to do. Costs $10, but we're gonna go inside these rooms and check it out, and I'll let you know what we see. Let's go take a walk. So yeah, it looks like about 10 people per room. And you can see where they keep their ankles shackled up right here. So just cell after cell, and about a dozen people were in this room, just like every other room, tortured until they died, or transported then to the killing fields to finish it off. Just so fascinating to see, I mean, just how recent this was. And when you look closely at the walls, you can see where they scratched at the walls. And you'll see little blood stains here and there, which they didn't wash, they just kept it there for people like us to experience. So building A, these first 10 cells were used for interrogation. Prisoners who had maybe been military officers, policemen. And these first 10 cells are large cells. And if they don't like the answers they hear, they just torture you more. So this is a large mural set aside in remembering of 12 people who survived, 8 adults and 4 children. Over 18,000 people died here within the short period of time from 1975, 1979. 18,000 people right here. And you can see it kind of goes back beyond those gates in the back there. Oh my God, it looks like that does look like blood. Handprint. Yeah, in this building here, they put the wire on the building not to keep people out or anything like that. They did it so people wouldn't jump off and commit suicide. Looks pretty crazy, this old concentration looking camp. But it was all about getting information out of the prisoners, control and power. Look at these cells. Again, this is the outside looking in. We're gonna go in and take a closer look. Let's go. Man, that's small. I have to go sideways just to get in here. Look, elbow to elbow, that's it. Blood splatter still on the wall as well as the ground. And here's one of the people that were in there, 30-year-old guy. You would think they'd hang themselves right here. Alright guys, so S21, I just finished most of going throughout the audio tour in the grounds where you're going through all the different buildings, the cell blocks. And again, this used to be a high school back in the 70s. Now, I wasn't in high school in the 70s, but why this impacts me is because this is during my lifetime. I was in grade school or kindergarten. Actually in grade school. From 1975, 1979, this place was essentially an interrogation camp and a murder camp. And if the people didn't die here, they're being sent to the killing fields, which you probably just saw in my in the beginning of the video. And it's just incredible just to see just the grounds. And it's beautiful out here right now. But I could not imagine the kind of torture that they had gone through, being shackled to iron beds and small cells the size of your shoulder width, and being tortured for not agreeing. And whether they agree or not, if they felt you didn't agree, you were imprisoned. And again, 1 out of every 4 people were sent to these camps, and there's like 200 of these around the country, and died. And inside here, there's a couple survivors with books that you can get, autographed books that they've made, and the survivors surprisingly are much younger than I expected. They're, 50s and up, of course, but it's just amazing to experience this. And if you're coming to Phnom Penh, this is really a cool thing that they left behind, so we can learn from it. And it's a good stop. I think everybody should stop here and do a little self-reflection. How good do we have it? How good is your life that you get to travel to Cambodia or wherever you're at? And those who may never travel here watching my video, how good a life do you have that you get to be home watching YouTube videos? And could you imagine being born in this time in Cambodia? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Be sure to hit that like, that subscribe. I appreciate it. Hopefully this video don't get you all down or anything like that. Yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we're going to explore a little more Phnom Penh, and then we're back to Thailand. So we'll see you guys on the next video.